Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be answering the question, how do I streamline meetings? Let's jump in. Tip number 1, eliminate unnecessary meetings. If you can't succinctly say in the description of a calendar invite what the point of a meeting is, don't have it. And if you're having a hard time trying to figure out the goal of a meeting, postpone it or eliminate it altogether. Tip number 2, remove unnecessary people. If someone is not going to add value to the meeting because their role or their particular project doesn't contribute to the goal of the meeting, take them off. That'll free their time up. And at the same time, it'll allow those who are there to have the proper input. But as you remove people, it's important that you give people the freedom to say, I would like to be removed from this meeting because of X, Y, or Z, and then have a discussion with them. On the other hand, if someone says, I do need to be a part of this meeting, have a conversation with them and talk about why. Tip number 3, start and end on time. First of all, if you said you are going to start at a certain time, start at that time. Everyone who is there took time to be there on time. Don't waste their time because someone is straggling in. Be a stickler and start on time. Conversely, end on time. If there is more things that need to be discussed at that point in a meeting, you schedule another meeting, but you have to end on time because other people have other appointments and other things that need to be done. It is incredibly rude for you or anyone to elongate a meeting after you clearly said, this is our start time and this is our end time. Tip number 4, if you're running the meeting, block out 15 minutes before the meeting to prepare for the meeting. If you're the one who called the meeting, then it's your responsibility to prepare for it. And that does mean setting up the room if needed, or turning on the virtual settings and adjusting your own things, agenda, etc. Make sure you're properly prepared. The last thing you want to do is waste other people's time because you were unprepared. Tip number 5, only one conversation at a time during a meeting. Everyone who is there should be there, and therefore they have value to contribute to the whole group. When you have a side conversation talking to someone privately, you're not listening to what the other people are saying. You're not giving whatever value that you're adding to that other individual. You're not giving it to the team. So it's important that you only have one conversation going at a time. Make it a rule, make it a norm, but you need to only have one conversation at a time. Tip number 6 is to create meeting norms. Everyone needs to have a set of meeting norms, and that's going to differ depending on your company, depending on the culture, depending on the team, the individuals, but it's important that you pre-establish some norms. I'm going to share with you a couple of norms that I used to use. Be present. If it's worth your time, then it's worth your attention. Unplug. Limit the use of your technology. Don't be a log because your contribution matters. Conversely, don't be a hog because others' contributions matter. Stay on topic. If we are distracted, we're going to table this conversation for a later time. Ask good questions that are open-ended, questions that figure out the why behind things, questions that lead you to a resolution. Remember that disagreement is an opportunity for growth. You're going to have to decide what kind of norms your group needs. Tip number 7, block out at least 15 minutes after the meeting to wrap up. Most people schedule back-to-back meetings, and it does not give them an opportunity to wrap up their previous meeting or even prepare for the following one. During this time, you're likely going to clean up the room or resituate your virtual desk space and complete your actionables, or at least carve out time to say, this is when I'm going to do my actionables, and also send out a meeting summary. There are ways for you to streamline your meetings. And the bottom line is that meetings don't have to drain your life. They can be things you look forward to. If this made you think and added some value, hit the like button. If you want to see more of this type of content, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments below, what tips are you going to be implementing at your next meeting? See you guys next time.